congratulate you for getting here, because it's not easy this time of night with everything going on in the house, and you probably skipped dinner so you could forward fold. So the first barrier is conquered. Now, all you have to do is, without any preconceived notions about how this is going to go or anything in your brain that you're thinking you want to look like or you want to move, just listen to your body and move freely and beautifully. So I'm going to turn off this. I'm making sure everybody's muted. Don't worry about that. I got you covered. And I can't wait to see you on your mat. If you haven't practiced with me virtually yet, just notice that my mat looks like a T because I have two of them. You don't need that. I just want to do that so I can make sure I can always turn to you guys and you can see me. So we're going to begin, started in what's called a wide horse stance. Come on up with me. Your feet are about 2.5 body lengths wide. And from here, we're going to sink down and just start to casually rock side to side. Now, as you do this, you're looking towards your toes to make sure your knees are behind your toes. And at the same time, we're just going to get super weird in our hands. I like to take a lot of my warm-ups from Tai Chi. I'm inspired by Tai Chi. So this is a really beautiful way to wake things up, especially if our hands have been stagnant or clutching something, like a phone, a mouse, a keyboard all day. So just do weird stuff. No one can see you. And we're shaking left to right and up and down, kind of like a baby bird trying to take flight. Might feel a little warmth coming into your wrists and your thighs. And then take one more breath in. Let's still our body. Just come down and see if you feel a little buzz in your fingers and your wrists. Arms rise high. We come out of our legs. Breathe in. And then come right back down to where we were. But scoop something up in your arms. Big scoop. And then throw it up to the sky. Come on back down. Now you're welcome to stay here. Or we're going to start bending into like a angry cat shape in our backs. So come on down. Scoop with an angry cat back. Rise and up we go. Now we want to rise long through our sides. Squeeze a little bit through your thighs. Give me a big in-breath as you rise and a big out-breath as you fall. And then I want you to take your fingers and flick them up to the sky. Get really big energy. So we kind of take our arms and just throw them up. Just awakening everything on the upper body, warming and strengthening everything on the lower. 2 more, yogis. Exhale, like a really extravagant one. Let the arms fall. Find your horse stance. Clasp your hands behind your low back with your right thumb on top. So I have a clasp and I'm pushing the palms together, but I'm soft in my elbows, chasing the floor with my knuckles. And then wrap your hands around your side. See them over here? Around your right side. While we're here, we're going to stretch our neck towards the left. So lift top of head, then tip over to the left. Lots of times tonight, I'm going to ask you to lift and then tip. So we maintain really strong, long sides and lengthen our spine for safety. One more big breath in. See if you can take your chin a little bit higher to the sky. Still breathing? Well done, yogi. Stay soft in your legs, soft in your legs. Clasp the other way. Bring your arms behind your back, left thumb on top. Wiggle all your other fingers around that corner. Hands around the left side body. Stay light in your legs. You can do this. Lift your top of head and then drop your ear to the right side. I'm hoping that you're feeling like a comb is combing tension out the left side of your neck. Feels great, right? Wiggle through your toes, unclench your jaw, take your chin up towards the sky. Just one more breath in. Exhale, release, and then bring the arms all the way back to the sky. Okay, one more round here. Clasp hands together up and overhead. And then we're tipping over to the right side, tipping over to the left side. If your hands don't like to clasp overhead, we can always make adjustments. Arms wide, goalpost, shoulders. They can be in prayer. It's tough to bend like this with arms overhead. I want you to move fluidly. So listen to your body. Move freely. We're lifting and lengthening, then tipping. One more each way, guys. And come right back to the center. Let your arms fall. How do your legs feel? Jump them together or step them or heel toe like a little dance. Woo! Then do the thigh wiggle. Arms rise, guys. From here, reach tall to sky and then swing arms forward and down by bending your knees. Swing forward and down, rise back up. Exhale, swing. My friends, we want energy in our knees. This is a beautiful way to shake off tension from our arms and our upper bodies. Let's see it. Slinging off our fingertips. Ready? Inhale, rise. Exhale. Make it really loud and noisy. The bigger and louder we can move, the more we'll free our bodies. 2 more. Inhale. If you tend to get dizzy or this doesn't feel good, keep your chest lifted. Heels rise. Now we're going to slow down a little bit. Heels land, swing forward and down. Heels rise. Inhale. Wobbly, wobbly. Swing. Inhale. Sometimes the heels don't lift. That's okay. Exhale. Right knee rises on this one. Find your balance. Land and swing. Left knee rises. Whenever we lift our knees today, know that you don't have to lift them all the way. Look, I'm just lifting my heel. Or I can just lift a tiny bit off the floor. Going for 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Make it a little bigger if you can, yogis. Really sling your fingers behind you. Okay, last one coming at us. Exhale. Hands to heart center. Pause for a moment and just notice where you feel fuzzy, happy, new energy flowing. Separate your toes just a tiny bit. Sink your buns down to chair pose. Going to be one of our favorite poses for tonight. Arms anywhere, if possible overhead. Thumbs spiral out, pinky spiral in to engage the backs of our arms. Open your chest, but if your low back feels compressed, take a lesser version, whatever feels good. 1 more big breath in. On the exhalation, forward fold. Lift knees up as much as possible. If you want any props, this is a great time to have blocks or books to bring the floor up a little higher. Once we release back to fold, right leg steps back long. Okay, we're letting knee shin and top of foot fall for the beginning one. Climb up to your left thigh and reach arms overhead. Bringing arms down to goal post, sink your hips. Inhale, rise. Push everything up to sky. Exhale, sink. Inhale, lift. So I want to feel my right hip flexor, really lifting and lengthening here. 1 more, my friends. Exhale, release. Frame out your front foot and pause. Shift your hips back. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me. Shift your hips back in half split. See if you can bring your chest in front of your big toes. Really guide your energy forward so you're bright and open. And then wiggle through your left toes. Shift back forward, find child's pose. I like to take my hands inside my big toe and then do a little break dancing move. Kick out, come into child's, downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, rise your hips to the sky. My friends, tonight, can you keep your knees bent and really peel your sits bones up? Pull them up and away from the backs of your knees. Now, as you're pressing your shins forward and pulling your sits bones up, we feel a bigger stretch to the backs of our legs, right? Up in the thighs. Now start to straighten. Pull knees high into thighs. You feel stretch more in your calves, right? Breathing in here. Exhaling here. Any shimmies or shakes your body needs. This is where I like to do a little yoga dance. Shimmy my shoulders, shake my hips, have a little fun. And when you're ready, shift forward to plank position. All right, anybody up for kneeling plank? I am. Elbows lead the way back. Chaturanga, our tricep push-up, slow as you go to the floor. Baby cobra, hover the hands. Widen them if your shoulders are cranky. And then pause for a second, pulling your elbows back behind you. Zip them together over your spine. Ease back into child's pose. And then striking cobra, something maybe a little new for you. You're going to shift back forward, skimming this mat with your nose and your chin, and then scoop up. Any cobra, it can have an up dog or a baby cobra ending. 1 more time, yogis. Shift your weight back, child's pose. Skim the floor with your nose and chin. Scoop through, striking cobra, child's pose into down dog. Let's tuck our toes and rise our hips. You choose what version you like best, the bent knee or the straight leg. Pedal out if you need to. Lift up through your right leg. Breathe in. Look between your thumbs and land at your right thumb tip. If you get stuck, grab your ankle. Help it through kneeling lunge, remember? Oh, let's get cozy on that left leg. Knee shin and top of foot, chill out. Climb up your right thigh and then bring the arms up. Once you find length and lightness, Sink down, heavy into goal post arms. Rise back up, fingertips guide your hips upward. 2 more like that, yogis. 1 more, really squeeze the shoulder blades together when you come down. Frame out front foot and shift your hips back. Ready? Shift. Ooh, do you want to lift your front toes or keep them down? If you lift them, really brighten them up. Energize your toes, open your webbing. Take your heart forward all the way to the edges of our mats. Shift back forward and get really strong in right leg. Pop your back foot up lightly. Just float it to the sky. Float it down to forward fold and hang heavy. Well done, yogis. Let's rise. Inhale anyway, your arms and body like to come. There is never a rush. I like strong, slow, smooth transitions personally, but you do you. Arms wide, back to forward fold. Halfway lift. Let's drop. Long through the sits bones. Push them back. Lengthen through your sides. Top of head away from tail. Maybe hovering fingers where they rest on shins. They could be on blocks. Forward fold again. Left leg lunges back, my friends. Not a kneeling lunge this time unless that's where you like to stay. Climb up into high lunge. Spreading wings sequence. Bring palms behind you as if you could clap your hands. Maybe you can. I can't reach mine. And then shift your weight forward, top of head to me. Clap in front of you. Thumbs are up in the front. Turn thumbs down. Clap behind you with an open chest. Like you have wings. Spread them to me. Spread them out back. How about that breath? Inhale. Exhale. Fill your wings up with energy. Ready? Oh, it feels so good to breathe loud like that, doesn't it? Bring all the good in and get rid of all of the negative. 1 more big time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Arms rise again. Frame out front foot. Stay here. Shift your hips back for wide pyramid. I'm going to show you from the side. Wide pyramid. If this is uncomfortable, bring your back leg in anywhere you need it. Now you can lift your front toes again. Experiment. Move it all different ways and see what feels good right here, right now. Press back to child's pose, my friends. Any way you can get there. Take a little break for your shoulders. Find your downward facing dog. I'm going to add on again, okay? So listen up here. Downward facing dog comes to plank. Breathe in. Comes down to chaturanga or tricep push-up to the floor. Let's find a baby cobra, or we can take our fingers wide. Use the tops of your feet. Pull your knees and thighs up. Press through tops of feet. And lift up a little higher. Pull the top of your head high. Here's where it gets tricky, yogis. Find your energy. Come back down. Back to chaturanga. Hands come under shoulders. Toes tuck. You can use your knees. Press halfway up. Press all the way to plank. Whew, I almost didn't make it. How about you? Push back to down dog. Awesome job. Striking cobras to ease into our spine. Child's pose. Sit back for a sec. Chin and chest, strike the mat. Inhale. Scoop up to anything. A little baby cobra, hovering hands. Full up dog, 1 more round. Child's pose. Striking cobra. Make it slithery. It's a hard move, so we just ease in and go slow. Downward facing dog after this child's pose. Take as much time as you need, my friends. Left leg rises when you're ready. Breathe in. Look forward right between your thumbs and crunch your knee to your chest. Try to make your foot land right next to your left thumb. Help it if it got stuck. Ease your hips down. Stay in high lunge if you can. Climb up left thigh. Rise to sky. Breathe in. Spreading wings sequence. You stay where you are. I'm coming back to you. Bring hands behind you for that little clap. Give yourself a high five. Come forward. Thumbs up. Clap in the front. Turn thumbs down. Now I want you to think about your chest and your back. Opening your back. Peel shoulder blades apart from spine. Open your chest. Shine your heart away. Yes, feels good, right? Exhaling when you come forward. Inhaling when you lift and open. All right, let's move. So when we do these beautiful twists, thumbs up to thumbs down, it's nice for our rotator cuffs. Let your breath guide you. We're moving as fast or as slow as you want to go tonight. This is a big sequence in lunge. Hang in, last one. Give me all you got right here. Arms rise high. My legs are shaky. How about yours? Frame out front foot. and a nice break. Shift into high pyramid. If your back leg needs to hop in, do whatever feels great. Feeling free to lift our front toes or keep them planted. Guiding chest forward. Shoulders are down from earlobes. Shoulders are away from hip bones. One more breath in. Let's get really strong in our left foot and just pop our right foot to the sky. Land it soft like a feather. Lift and land. Forward fold. Rolling up into a little tiny ball. Find that really bent shape. Head rises last, so you get a beautiful spinal massage. Inhale, rise. Exhale, forward fold. Ready for a stronger round? I know you got this. Okay, yogis, come back up to standing any way you can and just watch me for 1 second. We're gonna come into knee lift, arms up. Arms at sides for a crouching knee lift. Into warrior three. You're welcome to have hands on blocks or come forward. Back to crouching knee lift, arms at sides, back to standing. Buns blaster, okay, are you ready? Inhale, rise to extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold, where I want you to gather up your right knee. Lift your right heel, gather up your right knee, and see if you can squeeze into a little ball standing here. Knee lift height is completely optional, but when we squeeze into this little ball, we open our back beautifully. Arms rise high, find your knee lift. Arms fall to shoulder height. We forward fold with the body, belly towards right thigh, crouching knee lift. Slow transition to warrior three, right foot back. Arms can stay where they are. Find blocks under shoulders or reach overhead for the full version. Stay on this foot, rise back into your crouching knee lift. Squeeze arms out at shoulder height. Lift high to sky. One more slow round and then we'll speed it up. We have 4 rounds on this side. Shoulder height, crouching knee lift. Warrior three, breathe and extend, connecting with breath to elongate. Find the best version for you in the moment. Back to crouching knee lift, arms at shoulders. Inhale, everything comes up. Can we lift our knees a little higher? From the inner thigh, I want you to really use your core. Find your breath and your pace that suits you. Crouching knee lift. Warrior three extension. Yes, we are lighting up the left glutes. They may feel a little like they're on fire. Crouching knee lift. One more time. When we get to our last one, you know that you're gonna turn it up a little bit. And this is gonna be the very best version of you, the most energized, the strongest, the longest. Reach out and show me what you got. Back to crouching. Inhale, rise. Holy moly. Great job, guys. Let it go. And then just do a victory dance. Roll your shoulders, give them a massage, shimmy out your legs, shake it off. It's just fun. Good job. Extended mountain pose. Lift. Exhale, forward fold. Gather up your left knee. Lift your left heel. And let's gather. Ready? I'm gonna hold it. I could stay low. I can lift really high and take my leg with me. Most importantly, I want to squeeze my hands and my biceps to really draw my knee in and round all parts of my back. Lower spine, mid, the thoracic area. Upper, back, breathe bigger. Bring it to the sky, yogis. Lift all the way up. Listen, we don't have to lift high. We can start here. That's great. We can crouch here, okay? So when you're ready, crouching knee lift, arms at shoulders, belly down. Now lift from the inner thigh. Really squeeze, but extend your arms. Warrior three, left leg back. Arms anywhere that's challenging. Arms at sides, crouching knee lift. Don't look up at me. You know what you're doing here. Keep your neck long. Arms and chest rise. How are you breathing? Big and heavy? Me too. Crouching knee lift. Yowzers. All right, warrior three. Here we go. Make it a little longer, a little less wiggly every time we go through it. Piece by piece, lengthen and connect with your breath. Crouching knee lift. That was our last slow one. Don't you worry, we'll speed these last 2 up. They're a little less torturous when they're a little faster. Crouch. Inhale, warrior three, find it. Back to your crunchy knee lift. Rise high. Okay, it's all you, my friends. Be the best version of yourself right here. Tuck your chin, lengthen your neck. Longer in your sides. Energy shooting out your fingertips. Wow, my right leg is wanting to give up. How about yours? Are you ready? Let it go. Woo! Awesome, guys. Do a little dance, do a little shimmy, whatever you need. Okay, a little bit more balancing. Sometimes the toes like to curl under. Doesn't that feel good? Or you could just kick it out, whatever you need. Big breath in. Exhale, release. Forward fold. Right here, hold your biceps for a moment or your forearms. Hang heavy, my friends. I'll show you from the side. I actually want you to bounce the crown of your head towards the floor. So soften your knees and bounce a little here. Like you're testing a trampoline. You're like, I just want to go really slow and make sure I don't pop through the bottom. Tiny, soft little bounces. Tuck your chin, just like we did earlier, just kind of shaking out any garbage that we don't need, any mental clutter. 3, 2, and 1. Hang heavy. And now take your right elbow and spin it around towards your right heel. A little spin. Back to center, left elbow to left heel. A little spin. Just taking it like a big old 18-wheeler's steering wheel. Stir it all around the corner. Steer it all around that corner. I hope that you're feeling a beautiful release in your low back after all that balancing. We're gonna go for 3 more swings. Let your head hang heavy, and I dare you to shut your eyes. That's the really scary part. Last one. Roll up, yogis. Keep the formation you have with your arms if you can. Roll all the way up to standing. Keep your eyes closed if you're really feeling spicy tonight. Arms go high. Lift and lengthen, and then tip back just a tad, but lengthen up a ton. Soften your knees, lengthen back in a little baby back bend. All right, arms come down. Right knee rises once again. Not scary, don't worry. Inhale, rise. And then push your right leg out to the side for star pose. Left arm comes out. I have a diagonal line and a straight line up and down. Lift and lengthen. Beautiful. Star pose. Find as long as you can be, and then start to fall to the left side. Falling star. We're going to take hold of our outer hip here. Unclench through your jaw. Anything that really stuck in tight when we started to balance. Unclench through your left toes. Breathe into your outer hip. One more. Coming back up to the center. Big knee lift again. This time sending the leg forward. You're welcome to hold on anywhere, okay? You can hold a wall. You can hold your leg. Anything you need, but if possible, arms stay up. Even if I'm down low, I'm activating quadricep, front of thigh really squeezing, pushing out, shooting fireworks out the bottom of my foot. Well done, yogis. Stay lifted, sweep back to the side, and then sweep behind you, but stay lifted. Good. Airplane pose. This is such a fun one. Arms can be at your sides or behind you. I like behind because we're going to dive. So let's take the leg. It can stay on the floor, or you can tip, tip, tip. Top of head starts to come to the floor. This is the diving version. You can stop when you're parallel or really get crazy with it. Right toes poke up. Fingertips shoot back. Wiggly, wobbly, scary, but a whole lot of fun. One last challenge, yogis. Rise back to the sky. Bend your left knee slow as you go. Right knee lifts. Oh, we did it. Exhale, release. Give yourself a high five. Good job. Shake it out if you need to. One more knee lift through the left leg. Ready? Here we go. Left leg comes out. Find your star. You can point, flex, float, whatever feels good over there. Right arm comes out, so you have a beautiful diagonal, and then a straight up and down. You're in star pose. Just feel so good about yourself. You're a bright, shiny star. Tip over towards the right side. Feel the right outer hip. It's going to catch right there. We want to breathe and hold. Find lots of length through your sides. Right at the point where you're like, oh, I can't do this anymore. Just tell yourself 1 second later, oh, yes, I can. Yes, I will. We've got this. One more big breath in. Back up for knee lift. Come on, slowly so you don't wobble out of it. Beautiful. Leg extension forward if we need to. We hang on anywhere, or we hold our walls or an armchair, whatever you got. Feels good, right? Really flex your foot. Push strong. Energy in the toes. Sweep. Come out to the side. Sweep out. Sweep back behind you. Stay lifted. Find length first. Then we find airplane. Arms out or arms back. That really gives you freedom in an open chest. It's very nice. Point your left toes. Woo. Wiggly. Diving airplaners, follow me. Top of head to the floor. Whoa. Now really stretch your left toes to the sky. Press everything behind you and up. One more big breath in. If you wobbled out like me, no worries. Gather your balance. And then rise back to sky on your next in-breath with a left knee lift. Not sure I'm gonna make it yet. Okay, we did, guys. Come on down, give it a shake. Let's get a vinyasa flow in, why don't we? Inhale, arms rise. Forget all of that. Now, if you'd rather just take a seat or get a drink and check out for a minute, go ahead. Right leg steps back. Left leg steps back. You're in plank. Oops. Downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, come on through into your plank. Lower down very slowly using knees if you'd like for your chaturanga. Now we haven't done an up dog just yet, so we have baby cobra, we have our little iguana, or we can try our up dogs with palms under shoulders, arms straighten. We open up through the heart and the throat, knees and thighs rise. Feel good? Let's try a striking cobra and see how we are. Shift back into child's, chin and chest, skim the floor, rise on back up. One more time, because sometimes it's jerky and you just wish you could do it again. Let's try it. Striking cobra, yogis. All right, less jerky, more slithery. Good job. Press back to child's. Right up to downward facing dog. Take as many shimmies and shakes as you need. When you're ready, your right leg is rising high. Breathe in. And then look forward to land outside your right pinky finger. Let's really curl our right knee out and around. And again, if you get stuck, grab your ankle and help it through. Now come to me. Bring your body so long. Bring the top of your head like you could stretch way past your mat. Just kind of float around here for a minute. How do you feel? How does it feel in your wide legs? Pelvic bowl, can we pull it up and in here? Kind of like you're stopping the flow of urine. Relax your shoulders. One more big breath in. Right arm rises high. Now that could be to your knee. That could just be a little look around the right corner to the side wall or up for a tiny twist. You decide. One more big breath in, my friends. Now make your hands like a tiger. Anybody watching Tiger King? Tense your claws and then sweep to me. Now rise right back up. I like this because it feels good for the shoulder blade. Tiger swipe forward. And if you don't love that, make a fist and come on around with your goalpost arm. Your shoulder's a little cranky, lower is easier. One more big breath. Swipe forward and down. Bring your back leg outside your left pinky finger. And your option, power squat, arms forward or overhead, or yogi squat. Oh, and if you're really like, I'm ready to chill for a minute, grab your blocks or your books or your pillows, and you can chill squat. Whatever works, guys. It's your class. Where you are is the right place to be, but I want you to find a little freedom in it. Kind of lift, lean, especially if you're in a squat with me. Try to move through your legs. Maybe we find tented fingers or interlaced knuckles in our yogi squats. Power squatters, hang on. Everybody wide leg forward fold. Whoo. Inhale, rise high to sky. Breathe in, try another baby back bend when you get there. Arms up like a victory motion. Lift and lengthen. Squeeze your buns just a little bit, but then pull out of your low back and then tip back. Can you take one more breath in here? I know it's hard to breathe when you're really open. Hands pass back through heart center. Hold eyes to me. Bend your knees and pop your feet together or just toe heel into your funky walk. All right, inhale, rise. Chair pose for this one. One more round like that, okay? But I'm gonna add on a tad bit. Fingertips sweep back behind us for downhill skier. So if you see it from the side, it's just a chair pose, but I'm gonna shoot my fingers back and lean my chest forward like I'm flying down a mountain. Sink a little lower. We're gonna tackle this challenge head on. That's how you're seeing your downhill skier, right into the action. One more big breath in. Fingertips to the floor, forward fold. Well done, yogis. Left leg lunges back first. Right leg lunges back. You're in plank. From plank to downward facing dog. Take as long as you need here, roll back to plank. We're gonna put all the jazz in it, slowly lowering into your tricep push-up. Any variation of a little back bend here that you want. Brighten up your toes. Press through tops of feet. Knees and thighs are activated and energized. When you're done, release to the earth, back to child's pose, 2 striking cobras. I'll show you those from the side again if you're a little confused. From child's, forehead, chin, and chest, skim the mat, and then we don't push up into up dog necessarily, we just push up into anything that feels good. Try again, child's pose, striking cobra, scoop up somewhere that feels great. Right on back to child's and downward facing dog. Left leg rises high when you're feeling good and ready. Push out long here. Look forward to your left pinky finger and step into wide lunge. Sometimes it's not so easy, right? Grab your ankle, help your heel right under your knee, and then come to me. Make your body as long as possible, but pull up and in through the pelvic floor. Soften shoulders, lengthen neck. There's never anything wrong with wiggling, kind of finding your way into it, okay? Stay if you like it, or add a little tiny twist. Left arm rises somewhere. Maybe just to the knee. Always the option of right knee falling if it feels good. And if your neck is loving life right now, eye gaze up. Breath right through the outstretched fingertips. I love to wiggle my top fingers or do weird stuff with them, like make a fist, like you're a blinking light. It's just fun. Tense your tiger fingers, sweep forward, right to the floor, and then whoop, right back up. Inhale, rise. Eyes can follow if your neck feels really good. Let's try 3 more. Breathe in, breathe out. Hips are loving life right now, right? And if they're not, take the lesser version. Come on down to your knee, make it feel good. Land this time, yogis. Right foot, get light, and then land outside your right pinky finger. High squat, power squat. Power squat just means we're not relaxing our arms. Or yogi squat. Or I'm gonna take a minute and chill out, plop something under your buns, and really just sit into it. You choose. And I always like to find a little freedom. Lift up strong through the back. If you're in yogi squat with me, make it bigger by tenting or interlacing knuckles. Might want to lean to one side, lean to the other. Last breath in, my friends. We've made it to the best part of class, the hips. Seated hips out the wazoo tonight. One more big breath in. We got this. Forward fold with wide legs. Turn your toes in if they're really poking out. Tuck your chin, roll to standing so slow. Baby back bend, but we're gonna come to the side after this. So really lift up. Back bend if it feels great for you. Come back to the center, tip over to the right side, but this time hold. And then allow your right arm to fall if you'd like. Or some people like to put it on their right side to remember, oh yeah, I wanna lift up here. Okay, whatever feels good. If the left arm is too high, you can use any other option. Back to center on an in-breath. Soften your knees, tighten the butt, lengthen through the left side, lift, tip. Awesome. Anything that feels good, guys. Left arm down might feel like a big yawn. It might feel great. A little support for my left side. One more breath in. All right, come on back up. Sweep the arms to sky. Pop your toes together or do a little funky motions. Exhale, forward fold. Now, my friends, do you want a challenge to get to the floor? 2 things. We can either, watch my knees, split our knees, lift our heels, reach forward, and plop down this way. Or we can find tiptoe stand. I'll show you from the side. Lift heels, lower buns to heels, knees go forward. We can have our hands on blocks. Or from here, reach forward and land on the ground. If neither of those seem cool, plant the hands and plop on down with me. So once you're down, all you're gonna do is lean your hands with fingers facing toes behind you to lean back, okay? And once you're there, lift your right knee, cross it over your left thigh with the bone across the thigh, and then see how you feel. Do you wanna bring your foot in closer, your left foot? We're trying to sit up. I like to walk my hands in. Sit up, chest towards right shin, and then right knee pushes away from my chest. I want to ask you to really flex your right foot so that you stretch equally across both sides of your leg. Now, if this is entirely too tough, just stay with a really outstretched left leg. We're gonna move through a whole bunch of seated hip exercises, so if anything feels too good to leave, know that you can stay and join us anytime. From here, fingertips may move back a tad. Watch me first if you don't know. Figure 4, reverse tabletop. We're gonna push through left heel, rise up. Now listen to your shoulders, my friends, because I always like to turn my fingers out here. That feels best for me. And then peel your shoulders open so you feel a big stretch up and under your collarbones. Sit right on back down slowly, strong, and then allow your right foot to fall over to the side. I'm gonna turn to you. Right on over to the side. Once we get there, we're gonna take a hold of the floor, boost our hiney up and scoot it back. Then I actually want you to grab your right cheek and scoot that back. Now, if your right foot isn't on the floor, you can outstretch your left leg, okay? And that way we're really seated up tall. All right, give your right leg a giant hug. Oh, I love this part. We're gonna stretch the outside of our right leg down into our glutes. We can take the left arm across for another mental high five, or you can land your arm wherever it feels good for you. Right palm to the earth to boost you high. Take a big in-breath and then a super happy sigh, twisting to the right side. That feels so good, doesn't it? And if it doesn't feel so good, then undo a little bit. I want you to feel great here. Squeezing in through the right outer thigh is definitely gonna help. Coming back forward, we wanna lean our body back again to allow our legs to make their own decisions. Fingers face toes, lean back and lift your right leg to place it on top of the left or in front of the left. But I don't want us to take and yank and force, okay? So we're just gonna undo and see, where do you wanna land, right leg? Once again, moving the flesh out from under sits bones and tailbones, just kind of wiggling around, finding our way. When you arrive, press knees down and forward. So I come from up here, down. And if I need any props anywhere, please use them. Arms rise, lift and lengthen your sides. Right hand falls, left arm rises. All right, find length in your right side as you tip. And then find spaciousness in your left shoulder. Open it towards the sky so you can bring your heart higher up. Look wherever your neck feels absolutely wonderful. So back down if there's any crankiness back here. Last big breath in. And on your exhalation, literally just fall down over your body, over your right leg. Walk out, or you can make a little forearm pillow and just rest down here. You can actually grab a pillow and put it under your belly. That's so nice for a little belly and internal organ massage. Or you can be like a really heavy Afghan and reach all the way out and then snuggle your body down over your right thigh. Now, smiles on the corners of our mouths are just so great. If you can manage one, it makes all the poses better. But all that other tension that's in our faces, let's just let that go, ladies. Wrinkles, they're such a beautiful story, aren't they? But then soften them right here. Just let go of a little bit of that tension. Last breath in. Stay if you can't leave it, but if you can, climb up, give yourself some support. Your right leg is just gonna swing right behind you. Doesn't have to go far. Remember to lean away. So we're not forcing, lean away and just let it come out. Ooh, big yes. 90 degrees is great for pigeon if that feels best for you. Otherwise, you can take your right leg back, toes tucked to walk you back. And then let's figure out what our hips are doing. If you're sitting really heavy into your left hip, you may want to move your left knee over to the side more so that you can move your pelvis down towards the floor. The goal would be to have the pelvis melting into the earth. Okay to sit on the left cheek if that's best for today. Now, my friends, choose whether you want to stay in the really energized version upright. If I do too much forward stuff, I feel like I just want to take a nap. So I like to stay up here, and then I'll use my shoulders and kind of wiggle around, allowing my hip to follow towards that left knee. But you choose what's best for you. If you need any props under your left cheek, do that. And you're welcome to come forward and down like a lazy cat. Just reach some more. Take one more big breath in here. One more exhalation, but this time feel it deep down into your pelvic bowl, like actually sit a little heavier. One more big breath in. This time feel your ribs opening. Feel light coming into those dark areas. Anything that was blocked, feel it opening up and becoming more spacious. This might be pretty hard, but we're gonna try to get back to downward facing dog. So my way that I like to do is I take fingertips like suction cups, like squeezing towards one another. I tuck my right toes and I boost my back leg up. And then I try to lift my left knee and I can press the table and then find palms and push back to down dog. You know, my friends, you can also just like shimmy all the way around the corner and roll around, make it feel good. But once you find your downward facing dog, do anything that you need to lighten up. Take your left leg super high to the sky, bring it all the way up. Bend your left knee and take your heel towards your right hip. Get light on your left hand, make it into a little suction cup, tense your fingers, and then peek out under your left armpit. Now act as if you're a hippopotamus here with the biggest yawn of your hip. You could possibly make yawn it open a little bigger. And see if you can pulse your outer left thigh to the sky, strengthening and lengthening through the right calf. Just like squeeze up. A tiny bit goes a long way. Lift and lengthen. Still peeking around that corner. If that feels too much, let the left palm fall. You have 3 more. Lifts. Lift. And 1 more. Ooh, good job, guys. Come back to 3-legged dog. Push away. Drop your left toes. Come on down to kneeling and just take a second. Kneel on your shins. Toes pose is great. If you're on your shins and you can tuck your little baby toe under too. Really nice way to stretch the bottoms of your feet. Take a little pause. We're gonna get back to working the hips, don't you worry, but I wanna take a minute to get out of that. If you're in toes pose, walk your knees forward. Ooh, now you feel that stretch, right? And if you're on your shins, just pause. When you're ready, we're gonna rise into camel pose. Let's lift our hips. Again, toes tucked or untucked, that's your preference. Heels behind knees, great, or big toes together, whatever floats your boat. Arms rise up, lift all the way overhead, and lengthen your sides. Okay, now we have tons of options. We're gonna do 2 sets of camels. If you need some help with your low back, we can bring our fists right to our sacrum, pushing in but up at the same time, giving you a boost. Also, hands can come to buns, lift you up here. Okay, or we can lift our arms overhead. So find 2 breaths in this camel. Let's leave the arms reaching behind for the next one so we have somewhere to go. Reach and lengthen. Bring hands down to heart center, tuck your chin so we don't leave our neck behind, and then come right back to toes pose or kneeling on your shins. Whew, just check in. Big work for the back, right? We'll be happy to get back to hips now. When you're ready for round 2, we're gonna add in a little arms this time. Rise into camel. You're welcome to stick with option 1, whatever felt great. Peel your elbows back if you're using those behind you. Otherwise, arms rise. Now, keeping our hips right over our knees, we'll start to tip back. And if it feels okay, we'll let our right fingertips graze our right heel or reach for them. Sweep back up. Left fingertips, graze or reaching, maybe touching your left heel. Sweep back up. 1 more time each side. Stay really lifted and long here. And we're taking 1 more breath in, yogis, wherever your camel is asking you to go today. It could even be clasped hands chasing the floor behind us. On your exhalation, tuck your chin to your chest. Bring your hands back forward if they were behind. And then slowly have a seat. This time shifting all the way to the floor. And we're just gonna get ourselves back into our beautiful hip stretches. Sounds better, right? Bring your legs forward, lean way far back. Pay attention to your shoulders, fingers forward or out here. Left leg rises and cross your ankle bone across the right thigh. So then we're gonna try to bring our heart to our shin and then our left knee away. Remember, if this feels so hard, to keep your right leg extended. A little goes a long way here. If you have some flesh stuck under your tailbone, give your butt a little wiggle around so that doesn't bother you. Can you open and smile in your collarbones? Try to breathe up and under them as if you have a helium balloon floating your heart to the sky. Just a little reminder to lead from the left side, to be really strong in our heart and always let that guide us. Here goes that reverse tabletop figure 4. So for me, I like to turn my fingers out a little bit. Hey, listen, if you don't love it, just come into regular reverse tabletop or stay right here. Boosting hips up. And then let's see if we can lengthen from shoulder to shoulder, widen out there. And then from top of head towards our tailbone. From our left knee to our left hip. And from our right heel towards the right back of knee, one last boost. Come back to seated figure 4. And just as quickly, let your legs fall. Woo, okay, ease up. Maybe we flap like that baby bird, those little Tai Chi inspired moves. We want to take our hips, my friends, lift them and scoot them back. Actually take your left cheek, lift and scoot it back to find length. Now, if my left foot isn't on the floor, I could use a prop, okay? Or I can straighten my right leg. But I just kind of want to get it across here to give it a giant hug. Best part. Just squeeze so tight, not with my shoulders, with my hands and my biceps. I want to feel my left outer thigh down into my glute. Okay, so you're where you like to be, right? Staying here, or left hand comes down, right arm rises, mental high five, you deserve it. I love that, because I really press down into the thigh and then lift to top of head. Yep, and then swivel around the corner. Don't forget, you can put your right hand wherever it feels great. Can you lift again? Swivel some more, and if your chest feels like it's not making any twisting progress, play a little game. Move your eyes, and then challenge your body to follow. Move your eyes again. Challenge your body to follow. That's awesome, isn't it? Works like a charm. Last breath in, and this time we're leaning back, allowing our legs to find whatever's comfy. Fire log with our shins stacked, or left leg right in front of the right. Then boost yourself back up. You okay where you are? Do you need to move any flesh around? Once you get really cozy, or you're propped up really well so you feel comfy, making sure we're pushing down and forward, right? Opening the hips, feeling it in the outer thighs. Left arm falls, right arm rises. Ladies, let's go lengthen in through the left side. Reach, and then tip over. So we always want to be soft and buoyant in our bottom hands, like you're a buoy in really tumultuous waters, just kind of bouncing around, just so we're not kickstanding and all stressed out down there. How can we open some more? Maybe we swivel, right shoulder behind us. Boy, that feels good. And you could kind of do it with fingertips to temple like you're laying on a beach towel. Your right hand could come behind you if you want. Do what feels great. One more big breath in. And then the laziest part, which is the best. Oh, there goes my headband. Come on down. Come on down to the floor. And then reach all the way out. You stay where you are, okay? I'm just going to fix my headband. So try to be like a lazy cat where you reach out through one set of fingers, reach out through the other, like you can infinitely stretch out through your sides. And then give yourself that beautiful exhalation to just let it all go. All right, remembering our smiles, the corners of our mouths are the only place we want to keep a little bit of tension if that's your thing. Otherwise, blank canvas. Just let it drip down off your face into your mat. We'll leave it here tonight like a heavy imprint. And when you feel inclined to rise, fingers come for support, we rise. And then we get to do something fun. Take this like a break dancer. Lean off to the right, take your leg up, and then just, ooh, it might be a little tight. Swivel around the corner. So we could stay right here. With my 90-degree knees, I can come forward a little or a lot for pigeon. Or take your left toes back. You know pigeon, right? Walk them back. But I really want to get off my right cheek. So watch me, if you can see me for a second. Like if my knee is right in front, I'm really heavy on my cheek. So for me, I need to take my right knee out. Then I can swivel around. You might see some light under here. My pelvis is starting to mesh in, okay? But again, if my knee is here where I automatically landed, I'm just kind of stuck, can't get around. Okay. But ultimately, yogis, that's just guidance. It's just an invitation to feel and experience a little differently. You listening to your body is always the best bet. Okay, so what do you want to do? Do you want to take a little pigeon nap, or do you want to rise with me and stay energized? The resting is coming, I promise. We're so close to the end here. If you really want to get strong wrists, the tips of your fingers down, and then suction cupping together to make the heel of your hand really hollow is awesome for wrist strengthening. If that's too much, you can push your fists down like strong wrists. No matter what, relax your shoulders, be a buoy in big wavy waters. Last breath in. And then we want to get a hip opening stretch. So we're somehow going to plan this out so we can gracefully get back to downward facing dog. I like to tuck my left toes under. That gives me a little boost, right? So however you can, remember, you can swing on around the corner and find it a funky way. That's fun too. Push on back. Oh gosh, okay, if there's any creakiness, shake it out, shimmy it out. Right leg rises when you're ready with a big, beautiful breath in. Length over height is always what we're aiming for. Bend your right knee and take your heel towards your left shoulder, possibly tenting right fingertips and peeking out under your right armpit. Are you breathing? When you get upside down, it's hard to breathe sometimes. We have 8 tiny pulses with the outer right thigh to the sky. Notice how that changes your left calf. Feel a little tension there? Feels good, right? A little pulling, like a nice stretch. Use your breath. If your right fingertips got tired, let them go. Keep your neck long if you don't want to peek out under your right shoulder anymore. One more big squeeze. Back to three-legged dog. Press your right foot out long. Drop toes. Land on shins. Take a little moment here, toe stand or resting on shins to roll your shoulders. Just checking back in with your practice and seeing where we feel more energized, where we feel stronger, more lengthened, taking a moment to be really proud of the effort you've put in. Now we get to the relaxation. Let's swing around to our buns. And then so slowly, if you're able to, we're gonna melt back into the earth. So I like to bring my feet flat. You could hold your thighs or press your hands on your knees and let them slide down, or just walk your way out, however you can get to the floor. Let's do that now. All right, my friends, when you're lying on your back, you deserve a wake-up stretch. Let's reach out long, everything lengthening, and then wrap yourself into a tiny little ball. Crunch your nose all the way up into your knees. I like to try to hold my legs here and just get so tight. Squeeze all energy into your body. Allow your head and neck to melt back into the earth. And then let's find a flexed foot stretch to the ceiling. Really push your legs up, soft knees, and then grab somewhere for a little hamstring stretch. My friends, I'm going to ask you to push your tailbone down, push out through your pelvis and your hips, ribs, shoulders, and back. So you've spread your back like butter in a hot frying pan, really big and wide, and then pushed up. Find as much room on your mat as you can. Really make contact. Close your eyes here. Reconnect with your breath. Take a big, beautiful breath in. Let it all go, especially if you're toasty warm. Open your mouth and just get that hot air out. One more breath like that. Bend your knees. And then bring them out wide to hold on to the blade edge of your foot if you can. I just love to get a little toe stretch. So if you didn't get toes pose earlier, have no fear, I've got you covered. Now, if you need to hold the insides of your feet, that's fine. But otherwise, blade edge. So you can take your thumbs and put it on your pinky toe and then just gently guide it down. Yeah, it feels good, right? Especially if you push away with your toes at the same time, it's like the best stretch. Get to that second toe, the ring finger toe, and then get to the next one. So we're just like kind of pulling down with thumbs as we push up with our toes. Oh, feels good for the bottom of your feet, right? Second toe there. Big toe. This one might need a little extra love because it's usually pretty tight. Go back the other way. Second toe. Third toe. You got two more toes. Just enjoy. Oh. All right, my friends. And then a bound angle, bringing the soles of our feet together. Hold on again and just kind of pull in, relaxed shoulders, strong biceps, strong hands. Close your knees right back to where we were, but this time with soft hands on shins. Rock side to side. And if you find a little area, like a pocket that feels tight, just spend a second there, kind of like rocking and rolling in that area. And then swivel around to the other side. Doesn't have to be linear, straight left to right. We can make a circle, and then another circle. So it should feel really luxurious at the end here. Now, my friends, if you're ready for Shavasana, find your favorite posture. If you feel like there's something else you need before you can get relaxed, go for it. You're also welcome to pop up, turn off your lights, grab something to cover your eyes, or if you're chilly, cover yourself with a blanket. I'm gonna come to seated, but you're welcome to stay where you are. You can also turn to any side and rest in the fetal position. Legs up the wall. We're seated against the wall. Stay right where you are. Take a moment to be really proud that not only did you arrive in class, but you were able to move so beautifully. Doing the Vinyasa dance, the movement between breath and body, and just moving in all those beautiful ways. I like to take a little fast forward cruise through class at the end, like in my mind, and just take a hold of something and be like, wow, I was so strong, or I was so balanced, coordinated, flexible, positive, happy, whatever it could be that you were. Grasp onto that and then take it and push that positive affirmation or feeling, sensation, or emotion down to every single cell of your body. So if Bob Ross were here, he might say you have like happy, shiny cells. Just make them feel like they're coming alive with that new energy that you found in class tonight. As you're resting and breathing, I love to use the in-breath and the out-breath for affirmations. So feel free to breathe in the affirmation and then breathe it back out. You can say it, you're home, you're muted, we can't hear you. Or you can just mentally repeat it or immerse yourself in your breath completely. I am worthy. I deserve to be here. I am grateful that I am here. There is beauty in my life, and I will find it. There is strength in my soul, and I will trust it. There is purpose in my path, and I will unravel it. There is magic in who I am, and I will believe in it. If you were in a corpse pose or a really fully resting position, take a moment to regather your thoughts, come back to your senses, feel your clothing, notice the temperature in the room, any smells in your atmosphere, your area, any tastes on your mouth or on your lips. Starting to hear the movements around us. And then move a bit through your body once you feel like, oh, I'm back together now. If you're lying down, you might want to stretch arms and legs back out for that good morning stretch. If you're on your side, one arm and leg might reach out. And if you're seated with me, arms reach up and overhead. My friends who are lying, make their way to their sides. And whenever you're ready, gently use top arm to push up. If you're lying on your sides, come back to seated with me. That being said, if you have longer in your evening and no one needs you, I encourage you to stay as long as you possibly can, reaping the benefits of your hard work and practice, feeling the new spaces that have opened, feel the energy swirling around. But if you're back with me, let's turn palms up. Any of those affirmations that we just did are awesome. Otherwise, we're just going to take a big squeeze through our fists. And the new mantra that I love to share with you guys is peace begins with me, so that you can always come back to this moment right here and right now. Squeeze it into every cell of your body, breathe it in and be super selfish with it. And then just as quickly, open your palms, exhale and send it out past your four walls, past your community, and all the way out to this world that so desperately needs it. Peace begins. With that, yogis, hands close at heart center. Take a tiny bow to your beautiful practice today. I hope you feel more rejuvenated, restored, and energized. The light in me honors, acknowledges, and is so grateful to have spent the hour with the light in each and every one of you. Namaste, my friends.